Speaking of the WWE Divas division and the new quote-unquote Divas Revolution, there's one person that we see that's completely being left out of all of this, and her name is Natalya. That's right, Natty. Natty Neidhart. Let me just say this first of all. Natty Neidhart is the best female wrestler that the WWE has to offer by a mile. And you can say whatever you want with Sasha Banks and Charlotte and Paige and Becky Lynch and even Bayley. But it's not even close. I mean, Natty has had tons of experience, tons of big match experience. She's been on the main roster. She's been on NXT. She's been in developmental. She's been a trainer. I mean, she really, she comes from a huge legacy. You know what I mean? She knows professional wrestling, and she knows how to conduct herself in that squared circle. But yet she is being completely forgotten, and she's being completely pushed to the side in the midst of this quote-unquote Divas Revolution. Raw is having multiple matches with divas in it, with this whole feud between Team Bad, the Bellas, and Paige, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte. Where's Natty? And with all this being said, my main idea for Natty, if she was ever to be reintroduced as a different character, because I think that at this point, this is what they need to do to her, is reintroduce her as a different character. Yes, she's a star on Total Divas. She is one of the main focal points, but let's be real. I don't think Natty gives a fuck about being a reality TV star. That's not why she came from this huge legacy as being a huge professional wrestler and someone who takes pride in their craft and is literally the best professional wrestler in terms of the female division in WWE, perhaps in the world. So we just never get to see her perform her craft in the ring. As a result, I do believe that WWE needs to push Natty as a villain, as a heel. Why do I say this? She doesn't really have the best promo skills, but she does have a personality that we've grown to understand and know through Total Divas. Aside with her gimmicks a couple years ago with the farting and the Great Khali and Hornswoggle, which was a total debacle, that has never even existed in my mind. I have repressed it so far. But let's have Natalya come out and be a heel monster wrestling machine, Kurt Angle-esque. She doesn't have to say anything. She can just come out and squash divas on a weekly basis and develop this huge heel character. She didn't have to say much. She didn't have to cut promos or anything. She can come out and literally dominate these wrestlers, literally making them look stupid in the ring like they have no idea what they're doing. And she has that ability. There aren't many female divas that have that ability. There just aren't. I try to think of dominant female wrestlers, and the only one that really comes to mind is Charlotte and the way she wrestles. And she does wrestle in a sort of a domineering fashion, and that's fantastic. But I think that the only one that can really compare is Natty. And I think Natty, if you put her in that role as a dominant diva that goes out and squashes people, kind of like Ryback did when he made his debut. He was just squashing people left and right, typical squash matches. And then we eventually set her up to feud with a bigger diva. I think it'll work. I think it's the only thing we can do. We can't make her a face because it really draws upon the sympathetic factor, or the sympathy, because I don't really see her coming out as a huge baby face. I really don't see it. I definitely see her as just give her a new wardrobe, just give her a new gimmick, even change her name a little bit, and come out and squash divas with the sharpshooter and completely dominate them for a long time and develop this major heel character, because let's face it, there aren't many heels in the Divas division aside from Team Bad, which isn't really doing that well in my opinion, because Sasha Banks is a prime talent. But Naomi has kind of stuttered, and Tamina is just, I don't even know what to say about Tamina. She's good in the ring, but that's about it. So let's create this new heel character with Natty and put her in the Divas division as a big heel.